All right, this is a voice check. I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself a drink. Let me know quickly though in the live chat whether you guys can hear me a-okay, if the music's too loud, etc, etc. I think I do have to adjust the music a tad bit. It does seem a little bit too loud on my end, but hey, we will be starting in around 5 to around 10 minutes, maybe a little bit sooner than usual, because hey, a lot of interesting things going on in the market right now, a lot to talk about.
Do you recall not long ago we would walk on the sidewalk, innocent? Remember, all we did was get from each other, but the night was warm. We were both young. All around, the wind blows. We would only hold on to let go. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. We need someone to lean on. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. We need someone to lean on. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. We need someone to lean on. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. Oh, we need somebody to lean on. What will we do when we get old? Will we walk down the same road? Will you be there by my side, standing strong as the waves roll over? When the nights are long, longing for you to come home. All around, the wind blows. We would only hold on to let go. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. We would need someone to lean on. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. All we need is somebody to lean on. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. We would need someone to lean on. Blow a Used to think I had it alright. How I lived was how I should. I never took the time to lay my heart on the line. Ooh, 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 straight, it's so far from that line. I never listened to the words that were written in your songs. I never wanna let you down. I never wanna let you go. Getting tired, always running around. If you wanna go, let's go.
You gotta put your past behind you. Look, kid. Bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right? Wrong! When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on them.
That's not what I was told.
Then maybe you need a new lesson. Repeat after me. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries.
Let's go! We'll be starting in 2 minutes.
Repeat after me. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this show started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter and I welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily live stream, your daily live coverage. And yes, indeed, Hakuna Matata indeed. The markets are red, the markets are down. But if you guys have been following the Mango way, you guys know that this is nothing but opportunity again presenting itself to the market participants who have been patient, who have at the very least been risk managing, right? Remember, guys, we've always said that if we keep our wits about us, no matter what the markets does, no matter what the markets do, there will always be opportunity that will show itself, that will present itself. When the markets are really high up there and all of you guys are feeling like, man, I'm never gonna get another chance to buy again, I'm gonna let this bull market run away from me, blah blah blah, I'm gonna miss the entire run. Those are the very moments when we see this, right? When we see this. So yes, we probably got hurt. Yes, we probably got scratched. Yes, some of us have probably made a lot of money from this move as well. Nonetheless, no matter what position you guys are in, if you guys have been following the Mango way, you guys are A-okay, you guys are all freaking calm, and you guys are now looking at the markets for your next opportunity. Why? Because you guys have the capital, you guys have your soldiers behind you, ready to jump onto the battlefield when you see your next opportunity. So our job now, our job as generals of the markets, as warriors of the markets, right, as warrior generals of the market, is to look through the markets today and spot the next opportunity. Where are we going to be deploying our soldiers next? Remember, everything we teach in the Mango community is to be able to jump on opportunities like this when they present themselves, right? We protect our soldiers, we do not just throw them into the fray willy-nilly on suicide missions. Why? For this very moment. And now, guys, I'm seeing opportunity across many charts, and we are going to be talking about, well, yesterday's trades too, right? We were discussing what I was going to be doing with my Bitcoin trade as well as my Ethereum trade, and well, I pretty much did exactly what we discussed in yesterday's stream, so I'll give you guys an update on that. But before we start the live stream, let me go ahead on over to the live chat and see who we have here today and confirm that you guys can actually hear me. Let me find the freaking chat. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Who do we have here? We have 200 people in here and only 35 likes. So clearly you guys either hate this video or you guys are just being lazy. Smash that like button, or if you dislike the video, if you dislike my face, if you dislike my freaking awesome curls, or you just dislike how I sound, hit that dislike button. Do something. Stop being so complacent. Stop being on the sidelines. Voice your opinion. God damn it. Alright, Richard Cardano's here. How's it going, buddy? Avi's here. How are you? Lunemia's in here. Old man, how's it going, buddy? Man, I have to freaking reply to your PM. I'm getting way too many PMs. It's like first one in, last one out at the moment, because the way Discord organizes it is that everybody who PMs me while I'm asleep or right after the stream, they get buried down on my PM list. Who else is in here? Well, I think I saw Mark in here. I'm pretty sure. Mark, there he is. Boy, am I glad I hedged. Hey, yep. That's risk management, right? You probably saw something in the charts that fit your exit or your hedge criteria, and you followed your rules. AJ Smalls, how's it going? Our newest seedling is in here as well. Bob, how's it going, my man? Did you notice the Hakuna Matata song that we played at the beginning? Today is the Hakuna Matata day, right? It means no worries for the rest of our days. Charlie TW says, good morning, Mangolarian audio is okay. Okay, good to hear that. When you mango so hard, you forget markets exist until you get the live stream notification. That's mango at its best. That's awesome. Get on my level. There we go. It's time for beach vacation, man. And markets do this back-to-back weekends, ruining. You know, I wasn't supposed to do a stream today. Wait, can you guys hear me? Stream will end shortly. It says the stream will end shortly because you guys aren't receiving data. Okay, now it's saying excellent condition again. Could you guys confirm that you guys can hear me and see me? I'm a little confused. YouTube is screwing with me. I'm not going to say anything until you guys give me confirmation. Ace is in here. How's it going, man? Man, it's been so long. Rahul Java's in here too. The song playing earlier was awesome. Yeah. Today I decided to pull out the playlist, man. The weekend playlist. This was our weekend chill vibe live stream sessions that we used to do, right? We used to just sit down, enjoy the music, play some video games. Do you guys remember back last year? Those are good times. Those are good times. Justin Tang, how's it going, buddy? Okay, cool. So you guys can hear me, you guys can see me, everything's a-okay. YouTube just lying to me. YouTube was trying to get me to stop streaming by not sending you guys notifications, not pushing out my videos out there, not showing it on the news feed. Now they're trying to take it one step further and try to get me to think that my stream is just not going out there at all, period. Jesus Christ, YouTube, how much how much hate must you guys have for the crypto world to be pulling shit like this? I'm just kidding. Andy Raja is in here too. How's it going, man? Lee, how are you, bud? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What should we start with? Do you guys want an update on the Bitcoin trade that we were discussing yesterday? Do you guys want to start with all coins? What do you guys want to start with? Krisha's in here too. Nice. We got everyone in here. How's it going, Siddharth? Siddharth says Bitcoin. Mork says Bitcoin. Kyle Medina, how is it going? And Julian says Bitcoin too. Alright, cool. The people, the seedlings, they know what matters the most. Remember, okay, is this my moment to say I told you so? Is this my moment to say I told you so? Remember we were talking about it just yesterday. I said I just do not see. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around Bitcoin dumping and the altcoins just consistently going up. And yesterday Bitcoin looked so weak, right? We all could see it. Let me just make sure that you guys don't have the music too loud. Okay, let me just make a few adjustments. Okay. Few adjustments. Okay, that should be good. Let me know if the music's too soft now. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about what we were seeing in the markets. Bitcoin was looking so freaking weak, man, and I was long Bitcoin, right? I had a position that I'd taken on that level. I was accumulating a position on that 52k level-ish. We'll go ahead and show that very soon. And I was like, man, I'm not feeling good about Bitcoin at all. It's not looking good. It did recover itself temporarily towards the evening while altcoins were pumping. But nonetheless, right, I just wasn't feeling comfortable with it. But altcoins were doing so well. We had Ethereum that was just freaking shooting up all the way up to like 2,600-ish on the USD pairing and getting up to 0.047-ish on the BTC pairing, which was amazing for me because I was in a Ethereum trade, right, at the BTC trade specifically, and I was beginning to take profits on that one. Again, you guys know why, because we were against monthly resistance. We'll cover that very soon. But it just wasn't sitting well with me. Because it didn't make sense, because I was playing the markets in a way that Bitcoin drives the markets until we see otherwise, right? I wanted to see otherwise to start playing it another way, and this is what I said to you guys, and this is how I want you guys to read the market too. Do not ever just play your feelings, play the trend, and the trend has been consistently that Bitcoin drives the market. Until we see differently, Bitcoin will continue to drive the market. And we're looking at weakness on the Bitcoin chart, and I had said specifically, if we close those 4-hour candles underneath, there were two criteria that we're looking for, right? If we close 4-hour candles underneath this level right here, we kept saying that throughout the video, this level right here, around 53,200-ish, I will be getting out of my Bitcoin position, and I will also be de-risking on all coins, right? All my altcoins, especially a couple of them that were not doing as well as I wanted them to do. So we got that. That's exactly what happened. There were two criteria though. I was looking for one, the candle close, as well as the wick low to be taken out. Now, unfortunately, that did not happen on the same candle. That would have been the easier exit, but I did it nonetheless. So the way I managed this trade was going into this morning's candle open, right? Essentially, I stayed up late last night. And I closed on this candle because I was waiting rather to close my position out all evening, and on this candle here, right, this was the defining moment for me. Bitcoin had to continue up towards this range over here. If it didn't do that, I was staying up. I was like, nope, I'm going to be staying up for the next 4-hour candle until we see that candle close. Okay, the worst situation for me would have been if we closed above this level, and then I would have to freaking wake up for the daily open, right? Because then I would have stayed up, losing sleep. And on top of that, I'd have to wake up early in the morning for that candle close, and then have to manage my trade when I'm sleepy. And historically, I've made mistakes on something or the other. When I overposition because I get too greedy. Those have worked out for me, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, by the way, okay? Or I just forget to like remove a hedge or remove a stop loss, or like forget to manage a certain other trade that is pegged against it, something or the other, right? So I don't like waking up too early in the mornings or waking up in the middle of the night to manage a trade. So this was like the best situation for me, and this is exactly where I got out of my Bitcoin trade, I got out of my XRP trade, and I also managed a couple of my other altcoin trades that we'll talk about. But this is where it all went to crap anyways, because Krisha woke me up in the morning saying, Sean, Bitcoin's dumping. And I woke up, everything's dumping. This is what she said, everything's dumping. And I was like, oh no, I already got out of my trades. She's like, oh, okay. But nonetheless, I was awake now, so that was that. But the good thing was I didn't have to manage any trades, right? I just had to watch the markets dump and look for opportunity instead. So either way, the big lesson over there was, when you're managing a trade, you got to manage your psychology, manage whether you're tired, whether you're whether you're capable of putting on the trade in the next morning. All of that matters. If you are in a critical spot, whether it's profit taking, okay, major profit taking on a big market move, or it is exiting on a loss, you got to make sure that you're well rested. I have made some really bad mistakes that I've paid that I've had to pay for, and I've made some mistakes that have worked out in my favor but scared the living crap out of me after. So Bitcoin essentially lost this level over here, and we were looking for that further move towards the downside. We got that further move towards the downside. Is it though? Is it done? I'm hesitant to say the move is done, guys, because remember, we're looking at what the bears were looking at, and the bears have been winning this ever since we saw the rejection over here, right? Us bulls were looking at this as an ascending triangle break towards the upside, or rather consolidation break towards the upside. The bears were looking at this as a, where are my horizontals? Horizontals are not showing anymore. Is this the right chart? I think I have it on Coinbase. BTC USD Coinbase, maybe Binance. Okay, I'm not sure where I have it. On my green list? Oh yeah, there you go. It's on my green list. Okay, never mind. So yeah, the bears are looking at this structure, right? Rising channel with a measured move all the way down to around 43,000, 44,000 is what I'm looking at. This is also lining up with the Kijun coming in right over there. Another thing that's now going for the bulls, or rather the bears, that initially was going for the bulls, was the 2-day dynamic, right? We closed right underneath it, and you can see that we kind of got a retest of it this morning, and now boom, seeing that continuation towards the downside. The dynamic has more of an uglier picture now, because this is pointing all the way down to 32,000. Just keep that in mind. This is a vacuum move though. Not sure we'll get it. But keep that in mind. If we lose that 2-day Kijun, I will be looking towards that level. I will be looking towards 32,000, which is the bottom of the 2-day cloud actually. So yeah, that does make sense. So we have levels before we get there, bounces before we get there, but we could get all the way down there. Now, this may sound a little bit more on the extreme side of things. Okay, keep that in mind, because yes, we're talking about eventual levels that the 2-day dynamics is calling as the next very level. If you're using the Ichimoku, we will likely have bounces on the way somewhere around here, lining up with the top of the cloud as well as the Kijun. So wick down to around 42,000, a close above 44,000 is very likely if this trend is to continue. We also have daily cloud somewhere around there, right? Daily cloud is pointing towards 40,000 as well. If we close, okay, so this is what the bulls need to do to rectify this picture right now. Okay, we are about to have a bearish TK cross if we see continuation on this move over here. This bearish TK cross is coming in somewhere around here. By the time it happens within the next 2 days, the bulls will have to retest that and close above that. So I will be looking for a retest of that TK. Oops. If we see a bearish TK cross somewhere above the cloud, I will be looking for the retest above the cloud and then the retest of the cloud as support. If the bulls manage to do that, then we may have a structure that pans out like this, right? That's the consolidation phase that the bulls will have to put in to now build confidence in the market yet again. Because believe me, guys, confidence has been shattered. Personally, for me now, I will be looking at this on the weekly and I'll be like, all right, I'm not going to get ultra bullish until we close about 60,800. Yeah, because the weekly is annihilated as well. The weekly structure is annihilated over here. We close this week, and we are closing this week because this is a Friday. CMEs are going to close at the very least underneath 55,000, right? Unless we see a massive recovery today, and I wouldn't put that past crypto. So we need to close about 55,000 to rectify this. To be honest, that's not that unimaginable, right? That's not that unimaginable. But either way, we've taken out 2 major wick lows. Okay, the weekly structure is broken. We are now, best case scenario is that the bulls put this into a sideways action phase. We go into a consolidation phase because the trend is done. The trend is, there's no making excuses for the bulls over here anymore. Okay, not on the mid to high time frames anymore at the very least. In fact, yesterday, if we pan on over to the dashboard, let me go and switch. Okay, if we pan on over to the dashboard, yesterday we were talking about how on almost all the time frames Bitcoin was looking bearish, right? All the time, not almost, all the time frames from the low to the mid time frames. And we said this may start cascading onto the higher time frames, and we're seeing that happen right now too. All coins too were giving us neutral on all the bullish altcoins was showing neutral, except for Ethereum, right? And the strong altcoins. Dogecoin is still freaking long, but it's given away a lot of its profits, right? I think it was up like 400%, maybe more. Dogecoin gave us a short signal as well around 2 days ago, and you're up 40% on that move, right? So you've given up at least 40% of the trade, more than that, right? Because you're not going to get the call perfectly. So you've probably, if you were still long and you stayed in that trade, you've probably given up like 60 to 70% on the move, maybe. I don't know. But at the very least, the short signal gave you 40%. So at the very least, you've lost out on 40% of your move if you were long still on Dogecoin. Right, on the 12-hour, Dogecoin is neutral as well now. The daily is still long because it's so freaking aggressive. But for the most part, the markets, at the very least, have all gone into a neutral consolidation phase. And this is my read on the markets. The altcoins, surprisingly, have had good reactions thus far. Now, we don't know whether those reactions will just bounce and sell the bounce plays. We have to watch because they have broken major trends. Okay, XRP has come on down to the major support line that I was looking for it to come down to. Unfortunately, it happened while I was asleep, so I was not able to play that scalp play. Let me switch my scene back. I have gone on a quick rant. I should probably address the chat really quickly before we get back to the charts. So, any questions? Is there a possibility that this was the top of the season marked by the... I don't think Coinbase IPO had anything to do with this being the top of the season. But we don't know if it's a top, right? We don't try to call tops or bottoms. I am not playing this like this is the end of the bull market, by the way. I'm playing this like it is the this is what is supposed to happen in a bull market. I'm not sure whether you guys were here for the last freaking bull market, but there were long periods of bearishness and just sideways, and actually worse than bearishness. Worse than sideways. Markets were pretty depressing in a bull market, right? And then sudden phase of euphoria. Like, the bull markets can be far more manic than bear markets. Bear markets are a lot more. You guys need to understand that in a bull market, you have brand new traders who have never ever traded before, right? Come in and their emotions are all over the place. They're all over the place. It's a lot harder for them to control their emotions. That's completely fine, right? You're learning the market, you're going through new things, and you're seeing prices in a way that you've never seen before. And you're learning and discovering things about yourself that you never thought was possible before. So I've always said that the chart, people say, oh yeah, people are reading, traders are reading tea leaves when they're looking at the charts. And that is actually true for a lot of traders who just look at technical analysis as colors and lines. But at Mango, we look at the fundamental meaning behind everything we're reading, right? And what we are reading are the emotions of the market. That's what we are reading on the charts. Every candle is giving us a clue as to what the markets are feeling, what the markets are actually currently, what their sentiment is, whether they're bullish, whether they're bearish. Does the market know something that we don't? So we assume we know nothing, and we are trying to find out what the buying power of the market believes, right? That's all that matters. Because if the smartest person in the world is right, but he has $0 to make an influence in the market, it doesn't matter if he's right. If the stupidest people in the market have all the money and they are wrong, they will still make the price go up or down, correct? That's all that matters. Okay, now back on our topic. The markets are full of emotion, right? Every candle is the market's emotion. In a bull market, you have a lot of new traders with erratic emotions, where the markets go super high or super low, right? Erratic emotions. In a bear market, all that's left in the market are traders, people who actually trade for a living. They need to trade, right? They need to continue to trade, and they will be putting on trades in a more sophisticated manner, and their emotions are a lot more intact. So the markets are less manic in a bear market. Yes, they are a lot more choppy, right? But that's different. They are less manic. So keep that in mind. You will see phases that are pretty bearish in a bull market that just ultimately just re-bottom up similarly, and then you realize, damn, we're still in a bull market, right? There was a time when Ethereum went from $420 in the last market all the way back down to $138, right? Just think about that. People thought it was over, right? All the bears came in and said, oh my god, it's over, it's over, it's over. That was one of my biggest trades, right? That was one of my biggest trades back then. Why is someone calling me now? Just reply to text message. My friend just PM me saying he's planning to dump money into crypto. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. He's buying the dip, guys. He's buying the dip. He's like, but can you tell me what to invest in? That's awesome. All right. Okay, so right now we can go ahead and take a look at the lower time frame, see what Bitcoin is doing, and we are seeing that continuation like we predicted. I don't say predicted, but it is likely that Bitcoin does. We may see bounces, but we need to meet some support. Where would that support be coming in? We can start with the daily time frame, and the key area of support that I'd be looking at is this level right over here at 45,000 actually. So that does line up with a lot of people calling for 44, 43-ish. Actually, no, one of our targets was 43, 44-ish, right? The best case for the bulls, let me just move this line here. The best case for the bulls on today's daily candle close is going to be to defend this zone over here. We need to defend this zone over here. Are we going to do that though? Doesn't look very likely at the moment. Let's see though. is plowing right through all of so remember guys, when people go long, right, at certain levels, as soon as those levels are crushed, right, as soon as those levels are crushed, they are under pressure to now sell those positions, and a lot of times these positions are leveraged positions, right, and those positions are leveraged, they need to now start remember they borrowed money, or they borrowed Bitcoin, blah blah blah, depending on whether shorting or you're longing, to get those positions. Now they got to sell or buy those positions at unfavorable prices. And that's what causes further downside movement. So the buyers become sellers, right? The buying power now has turned into selling power, and the sellers now have more fuel to add on to the shorts. And that's how you see these massive moves towards the downside. And you'll start seeing confluence between the pattern traders and the technical traders, the pattern traders as well as support and resistance traders. And that's when you see the biggest bounces, where everybody who's looking at this rising wedge breaking down, which is probably coming in at around, again, somewhere around 45k, right? They'll all be looking at that pattern meeting around 45k to 43k. Some people will front run the pattern, some people will be measuring the pattern in a different way, and then the support and resistance traders will be definitely looking at this level right over here at 45k, and they'll be coming in to be buyers as well. So the sellers will be closing their positions, support and resistance traders will be coming in to buy positions. And that's when you see those scalp plays at the very least. A really good example was on XRP, the trade that we missed this morning. XRP, USD, I don't have it on the list here. Right, look at that trade. Right, this was the same trade that we took for the initial move towards the upside. We came and bounced off it. The initial bounce was pretty aggressive. We came and had a 20% bounce. That's a good trade, man. Like, when you know a level is a key level and you're getting a 20% bounce on that as just a quick, like, how long did this trade take? 1 hour. 1 hour, right, to get a 20% move. Those are opportunities where the traders, right, like a few guys from Mango Seed caught that last night. I was asleep and they were talking to me about it. There's another funny situation that happened last night before I went to sleep. I was talking to one of the seedlings before I went to bed. So we were talking about my trade here, right? Let's go ahead and talk about that. Actually, that'd be a good educational segment. But before I do that, let's go back to the chat and see what we have. Andrew says, Sean, if correction becomes more than 40%, does it mean that we've entered a bear market? No. I would not. If I were you guys, I would not look at a certain percent move as the definition of a bear market, right? It is, one, it's too arbitrary, right? How do you decide whether it's 40% or 55%? Two, the markets are always changing, evolving, and they are, like I said, their personality changes, and as the market matures, maybe a 15% move is going to lead to a bear market. Maybe a 10% move could lead to a bear market. Maybe it will take a 100% move for it to be a bear market, right? For example, a really good example is, I think during the 30,000 region, right, when Bitcoin dumped around 15%, when Bitcoin was around 30k-ish, Jesus, that was somewhere around here. I think Bitcoin dumped around 15%, and the media was posting news articles, Bitcoin is officially in a bear market because it has dumped 15%. And where they get that idea from? Because in traditional markets, you enter a bear market as soon as you enter a bear market as soon as you dump 15%, which is so stupid. It's so stupid to say that if an asset dumps 15%, it's in a bear market. No, that doesn't make any sense, right? Similarly, just because Bitcoin dumps 40% or more, right, that's not a good enough reason to say that we are in a bear market. Now, some people will be saying, hey, Bitcoin has done more than 40%, and that's unusual, right? That's unusual. Bitcoin doesn't do 40%, more than 40%. And even over there, I'll push back and say any one singular event could occur, right? For example, the COVID scenario could occur to take Bitcoin into the 40% plus range. You could take it into a 60% range. But if it gets bought back immediately, you are essentially going to say, hey, we dumped 60%. That means we are in a bear market. No, that doesn't make sense, right? Because the entire thing got bought back. It was a one-off event that had nothing to do with the actual market. So it's like a market panic, or it could have been any news-driven event that was singular, right? Could be. However, at the same time, you do need to have something to be able to judge as to whether we are going to a bull market or bear market. And as a trend trader myself, I like to look at key trend indications on the macro time frame, right? So I'll be looking for the monthly trend to change or the weekly trend to change. From my personal backtesting, looking at the weekly trend to change on Bitcoin may get you chopped out of a bull market. To me, it's line in the sand. I want the monthly to show me signs that we are going into a bear market. That's when I'll get aggressively short. Or the weekly needs to consistently be in a downtrend, and then I will play every bounce as short trades, right? And you guys need to ask yourselves too, why do you need to know whether it's a bear market or bull market? That's really important, because your strategy should completely change, right? Maybe it's just changing as to whether you're a buyer or seller, but it needs to change, right? It's really important, by the way. I don't mean to say that it's not important to know whether you're in a bull market or bear market. It's really important, but you need to know why. Rahul Java says, Sean, do you think Bitcoin will be above 65K this year? What I think is irrelevant though, right? How do I put this best? I won't trade what I'm thinking, right? And this is a really good segue actually into what happened last night. I was talking to one of the Mango seedlings last night, and we were talking about this area over here. Bitcoin was sitting around here, right? We were somewhere around here, and this was before we broke the 4-hour structure towards the downside, because this happened pretty late in the night. And he was saying that I'm just not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. It doesn't make sense. We are seeing the volume come in, but the bears aren't able to break the level, right? So I'm not buying it. I think it's going to end up being a fake out. I think it's going to end up being a fake out, and we're just going to pump from over here. And to his point, okay, and I agreed with this. The markets were pumping, right? We had Ethereum moving really well. We had Chainlink begin to move as well. We had Cardano bouncing. Things were beginning to look good even on the altcoins. And just like I talked to you guys yesterday, I said, it's not making sense to me. I don't see Bitcoin dumping, because Bitcoin looked weak. Regardless of what you guys thought about the altcoins, Bitcoin looked weak. And I said that I don't see the altcoins not reacting to Bitcoin dumping. Okay, I think altcoins will react and react badly, and you guys should be paying attention to Bitcoin because it's not looking good. And I was saying it, and you guys know I'm a Bitcoin bull, and Bitcoin was not looking good, and I was like, I was going to de-risk out of my altcoins if Bitcoin starts breaking that key level there, right? Now, yesterday I was discussing with him, and even I said, you know what, I think it's going to be a fake out. I think it's going to be a fake out. Like it just doesn't make sense, because I was seeing Ethereum at 2,600. I was seeing other coins do really well as well. But regardless of what I was feeling, I closed out my positions, followed my rules before I went to bed. Now, if I were to get faked out, I got faked out. Okay, it's completely fine. I would have got faked out. I missed out on profits. Let's say I woke up and Bitcoin was sitting all the way up over here, all the way back up to 59K. It bounced really hard. That has happened. That has happened where I've gotten faked out and Bitcoin just bounced in my face. In fact, it happened somewhere around here, right? Yeah, it happened over here. I got faked out and Bitcoin bounced, but I got back in. I just got back in, right? And rode all the way to the top again. So if I get faked out, I can always get back in, because the worst that could happen is I lose out on profits. But if I trade my feelings, right, and it's not a fake out, and it ends up dumping like it has dumped today, I wake up to losses. And now when I have losses, I have to manage those losses. And when I have to manage those losses, I'm not looking out for opportunity in the market that I could be a buyer on or a seller on, depending on whether I want to short or sell, right? The point I'm trying to make is that you're always better off just getting out of the trade and missing out on opportunity from a fake out than breaking your rules and then waking up to a massive red candle and your account suffering hard. Because you want to protect your soldiers so you can go and fight the next battle. You want to fight the next battle. right? That's your key job. You're not going to win every single trade. You guys are seeing it over here at Mango. We lose trades, right? We lose trades, but you also win trades that make up for our trades in a big way. For example, the Ethereum trade. Yesterday, again, I followed my rules, and we were discussing this on the seed chat too. I think it was with Wolvie, right? What was I talking about with Ethereum? Now, let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum. What did I tell you guys about Ethereum? I was long on Ethereum way before anybody else, right? But similarly like last time, I started exiting while everybody started getting excited on Ethereum. And I didn't do it based on emotions or sentiment. I was feeling really bullish on Ethereum too. I was as bullish as everyone else. But the monthly told me, we're coming up against monthly resistance. I don't want to be in this trade against Ethereum's monthly resistance. My TA, the TA we do here every single day, told us that Ethereum has consistently been rejecting this monthly level. And until it retakes it back with conviction, I want to just stand out, right? I just want to step on the sidelines, right? And I'll be taking profits on that Ethereum trade and reallocating. Now, we have a week to go before that monthly closes. Ethereum may close above it. And if it does, I'll just get back into that Ethereum trade, right? So now the Ethereum trade ended up being such a godsend, right? Because it not only paid for my losses, but then some on all my other trades as well. So, the point I'm trying to make is that my feelings don't matter, Rahul Java. So whatever I say will matter very little. That being said, I think Bitcoin is going. If you're asking because you're trying to trade out of this, do not trade my opinion over here. But I personally think Bitcoin is going to be far above 65,000 by the end of the year. Until I see the signs, my targets for Bitcoin is going to be around $150,000. Right, that's when I'll start reassessing the charts. Until then, I don't want to reassess. These are all short-term movements that haven't changed any trend picture at all. Right, look at this monthly. Like, if I had to show you guys this chart and didn't tell you guys it was Bitcoin and showed it to you and said, hey, this is a 4-hour time frame for shitcoin, you'd be like, hey, it's flagging over here, man. Nice ascending triangle that broke towards the upside. In the next few hours, maybe by tomorrow, I'll be looking for this to shoot towards the upside. So now, take time out of the picture and understand that these 4-hour candles are monthly candles and trade it the same way. Patience will pay. It's going to be painful. By the way, there's 300 of you here and there's only 100 likes. Try to get those like to viewer ratio at a 1-to-1. Smash that like button. In other words, I'm just doing the buy and hodl strategy with 90% of my crypto, trying to learn trading with the 10%. That's not a bad idea, man. That's a really good idea, in fact. This week hasn't been great for me, but overall I'm still up 400% with leverage trading. Attaboy, good job, man. That's the thing, right? You're not going to have a great time every single day. Your job is to come out, in my opinion, you should be looking at a 3-month to 6-month duration as to whether you're doing good. There was somebody in the Grove chat, the public Discord chat, who asked, are you guys up this week? And my thought in my head was, how does it matter if I'm up this week, right? I know a lot of people like to calculate the PNL based on a weekly criteria. But if I had to do that, personally, I would have been missing out on a lot of opportunity. Wompeg TV says I'm looking handsome. Thank you. I blew up my account. Oh man, Jesus, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. This is why we always approach the markets through risk management first, because no matter what you're feeling, man, what you're feeling, there's always, you can't let that happen, guys. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put you down, Blue Monk. I know it's really a horrible situation to be in, but you guys cannot let this happen. All right, like, okay, it's happened once, do not ever let it happen again. Do not let this happen again, period. Right, which it's why we start every trade with our risk management strategy first. Right, we have a core risk management strategy that we start off the trade with, and then everything on top of that. You need to have that in place, because it doesn't matter. You guys could have a massive account, have massive wins. If you lose it all in one trade, it won't matter, man. And I've seen way too much. You guys haven't been in the market as long as but I don't know. Most of you at the very least have not been in the market as long as I have been in the market, and I can tell you that I have seen people who have lost like 8 months worth of profits within like 1 week. Right, they will grind, and they make like all that they made in 8 months. All it took was 1 week of complacency and no risk management to lose it all, and that's the worst feeling, because you've lost so much time, and time you can never earn back. Time you can never earn back. So Raja, to answer your question in terms of Wyckoff or Wyckoff, however you want to pronounce that guy's name, distribution, accumulation patterns, I say don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Like, if you use the trend analysis techniques in the seed module, in fact, we do cover this, right? We do cover distribution, accumulation patterns in the seed, the trend analysis module in the C program. Use those techniques and keep it simple. Okay, use the combination of those techniques, use the combination of the trend techniques that we taught, and you will understand that Wyckoff is just a more complicated version of trend analysis. That's what he's really doing in there, right? You don't need to, because at the end of the day, the core principles is all that matters. And if you overcomplicate it, you're more likely to make mistakes, right? You will see it. You will see what's happening. You will be able to judge as to whether it is more likely to be accumulation or distribution based on what the charts are telling you. And it's not even about knowing whether it is accumulation or distribution. It's about knowing when you're wrong about whether it was accumulation or distribution. That's what matters, right? That's what matters more. So you need to just have a thesis based on what we have taught in there, right? Accumulation, distribution, and then trade in the direction. So I'm assuming that you think XRP is in a accumulation, XRP USD. On what time frame? I mean, we come down to test weekly levels, man. This accumulation period is done, and this is in a continuation, trend continuation, in my opinion. You cannot, by the way, you cannot be looking at accumulation distribution on the lower time, any lower than the weekly. With this current move, you cannot be looking at accumulation distribution on any time frame lower than the weekly. This was all accumulation. You could tell this was, as soon as we put in this ascending triangle, to me this was accumulation, right? And then we broke up. That's why I was looking at this as a big trade. Okay. Cardano too. I don't see Cardano respect this weekly zone. I would really hate for it to come back and close underneath the weekly zone over here. Oof. Sean, please pump Bitcoin. I wish, buddy. I wish. Mayweather Doran says, so true, one trade can make or break you. And that is honestly, you see that sentence over there? That is the foundation of everything I do as a trend trader, as a risk management trend trader. Right? Just think about that sentence right over there. One trade can make you or break you. So the way I trade is, right, let's say I have a level that I'm trading off, okay, or trend level or trend thesis, okay, trend thesis. I am not willing to lose money. I'm not willing to lose money on as soon as my thesis is invalidated. I'm not going to hold on to the trade. I will get out of the trade because I need my soldiers for me to deploy them onto the battlefield for the next opportunity. Okay, so if I get invalidated, I'm out. Okay, I'm out because, like you said, if I keep letting my soldiers stay on the battlefield and I send them to their suicide on a suicide mission, I'm sending them to their death, and every single one of them. And now I'm a general of nothing. Right? I'm a general of nothing. I'm just this loser sitting on my freaking old wooden chair, rocking, waiting for my death to come, and I'm depressed, blah blah blah. I have no soldiers left because I let them die on the battlefield. I'm not that kind of general. I get out of my trade. I will pull my soldiers out. I'm like, nope, you guys retreat, right? I will call them back. And then deploy them onto the next freaking battle that I see where we can maybe win. Now, similarly, again, going back to your sentence, one trade can make you or break you. I am always looking for that one trade that will make me, right? That will make me, like you said, make you or break you, right? I'm looking for that big win, because when the big wins come, just like how the big losses can come, and they'll be once every now and then, the big loss that can wipe you, the big win that will come once every now and then, that's not going to wipe you or anything, right? That's just going to change your life, right? And I've had trades like that, guys. I've had trades like that. It's not easy. It takes that much more willpower to let profits ride, right? And I've seen guys who have way more willpower than me, by the way, way more willpower than me, that have let profits ride. But on the flip side, they've had very poor risk management, and they've let those profits all go down to zero and then some. Crazy. But having the right balance, I think, is what's really unique. Being able to let your profits ride and having the balance of even not taking any losses. That's what has so this is the strategy I employ, where I'm not willing to have this happen to me, but I trade for this to happen to me. It's so simple, right? At the end of it, it's so simple. Match Story says, hi Sean, I just started your course. What's your name? What's your name, bud? And hey, welcome to the seed program. Did you just sign up while we were doing the live stream? And by the way, where is Boxing? What was your name, buddy, who just joined? Wait, I was chatting with him just before the stream. I know his name is Juan, but what's his name on the stream? Boxing Day or something like that? Boxing fan, yeah, Boxing fan. Are you here, bud? Shout out to you. How do you recommend avoiding losses? You don't avoid losses, you keep them small. When you deploy your soldiers onto a battlefield, a general and a king knows that he will lose troops. You will lose troops, right? So think of yourself that way. You're not going to go into a battlefield and every single one of your troops come out alive, man. You want them to, right? You want them to, but remember, this game is a battlefield. Hey Tan Swan, how's it going, man? And thank you for being so welcoming to the new seedling. Michael Cigar says, Sean, help. Sure. Matsoi says, is one of our newest seedlings. Welcome, mate. For sure. Who are you? It's suicidal. What is suicidal? Recently rewatched that gem, Shane Walter. What are you guys talking about? I'm missing something. How deep do I think Cardano can go? Cardano can go pretty deep, but I'm looking forward to hold this level at $1.04. If it doesn't hold this level at $1.04, oh, ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Not gonna be good, guys. This is the weekly level. How this week closes on the altcoins is gonna be really, really important. So keep your eyes open. All right, guys, keep your eyes open on this. If Cardano closes this weekly candle underneath the dollar, I'm going to be looking towards the 36 cents, guys. 36 cents. I know you guys don't want to hear that. I don't hear that either. But hey, the truth hurts, man. What kind of move would that be? 70%. I've seen that could happen in crypto, right? I mean, altcoins. Diamond hands. I'm dying. You guys don't ever say that again. All right. You guys are not Michael Saylor to say I have diamond freaking hands. Right? I don't want that word uttered at Mango. I am probably the biggest Bitcoin bull in this entire community, and I hedged my Bitcoin and sold my Bitcoin. Sold my Bitcoin when Bitcoin had that coronavirus scare. I was like, F that. I do not freaking care what my conviction is on Bitcoin. My priority is to protect my loved ones, all right? And I was going to short Bitcoin as long as we were staying bearish. Period. I don't care. And as soon as we flipped, I was going to go long again. And that was on the monthly time frame though, right? So the thing is, my point is, the term diamond hands implies that you're going to hold no matter freaking what. And don't ever say that about anything. You should always have an exit, man. Don't back yourself in a corner for no reason. You guys should have mango hands. And that's what you guys should call yourselves, mango hands. You guys are willing to flip on a dime. Don't have any loyalty to the markets, guys. Right now, look at the markets. Do the markets give a rat's ass about any of you? Markets don't care. Right? Your favorite shitcoin CEO, CTO, he doesn't care. He's probably dumping on you right now because he's scared. Let me tell you that these CEOs of these shitcoin projects, they are the most emotional retards you'll ever come across. I've spoken to so many of them. They are freaking morons. They are morons, and they pretend that they're the shit, but they are human beings and have emotions like every other human being. Like every other human being, and more so because they are so confident. They are so freaking confident, and then they are shown they get served when the market does this to them. It happens to them too, by the way, because a lot of them try to, like, especially when they get their ICO funds, right, and they try to time shit, and then they get served. It's pretty funny. So you always assume that you guys are smarter than your favorite shitcoin CEOs, because it's likely true. When pertaining to trading not trying to be cocky here. The thing is, they believe that they know how to trade the markets just because they understand their sector. It's not true. I've had so many "are you serious" moments with some of these CEOs, man. The more CEOs I've spoken to, the more as I progress through my career, as even through the corporate world, etc., the more I realize that, damn, the word CEO has such a big it's weird put up on a pedestal, and the more you speak to them, the more you realize that a lot of BS. Oh, what do I mean by "are you serious" moments? I actually, this is actually pretty funny. Check out my T-shirt that Kusha made me. Are you serious? You see that? You see the T-shirt? It's because let me switch to the chat quickly though, to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh yeah, so talking about the "are you serious" phrase. Essentially, whenever either like my friends or loved ones say something that actually bewilder me, where it just, you know, feels like, are you serious? Like, how do you not understand something? Or how does 2 + 2 not equal 4 to you? So like just certain things that come very intuitively to me, but some people doesn't, right? And I'm like, are you serious? They go, are you serious? Or are you freaking serious? So it's like, are you serious? Are you serious moments? Why so serious? Are you serious now? Man, some of my best friends, when they say some things, and I just look at them, I'm like, are you serious right now? Weekly 21 EMA coming in here, guys. Don't say stupid shit to Sean. Okay, God, no. I don't wanna come off that way. I really appreciate when people ask me questions like with that kind of, as long as, you know, they come with an open cup and they're like, hey, I don't understand something, blah blah blah. It's those different moments when people are being really cocky and arrogant, and then they say something really stupid. Krisha's like, he says it to me when I act stupid. LTC looking good on buyback wicks. Let's go check it out, Kyle. LTC USD. Oof, nice. LTC, yeah. Imagine getting a 40% move onto the trend. This is holding, man. It's confluencing with the dynamic too, eh, Kyle? If you're interested in the trade. Give a girl a diamond ring and you just give her free money, and with a current 8% chance that she takes that and half your shit. Don't fall for the stupid sales commercials. There's an interesting history behind how diamonds came to be the position they have in our society today, right? Because I think it goes something. You should look it up, Bob. You'll find that documentary pretty interesting. But it was somewhere along the lines where they mined for diamonds, and it had the initial purpose was industrial use, right? And it did not pan out that way, or the profits weren't meeting the costs, blah blah blah. So they came up with this narrative. They came up with the narrative that if you deem her special, you'll give her a diamond, right? A diamond is a girl's best friend. That was all marketing that the world just ate up, and now it's become part of our culture. That was marketing by one company that pulled it off so well, it saved their company, and now it's become part of a culture where you need to give a girl a diamond ring if you want to prove to her that you really love her. So yeah, LTC sitting on support over here on the dynamic as well as on Ichimoku support right over here, guys. So this is not a bad trade at all. It came up against resistance, got rejected, similar to Ethereum, right? I do want to show you guys Ethereum, by the way, how well it respected our resistance levels. It at the moment is looking like it wants to close underneath our resistance zone right over here at around 0.44765. Moreover, it also came and wicked right up against the top of the cloud. So wicking up against major high resistance and closing down the lower resistance, right? This is what we talk about often, right? Looking really, really I would say good, right? It's respecting key levels, it's tradable. If it does come down to around 0.04, let's say it closes the week somewhere around here, right? Needs to close here. It depends on where this weekly candle closes, how the monthly closes, of course. But there might be an opportunity to buy the higher low at around 0.399. Was it Zales? Was Zales the company? The De Beers people ran one of the most successful ad campaigns in history. Yeah. That's gonna go down. It's gonna go down in history, man. Mark Gall, doing okay. Thanks, Kusha. Module 5 in the C program so far. Hey, Mark. How are you enjoying the modules? What do I think about the Biden news? Oh man, the Biden news. That's okay. So we don't talk about news here usually, but what we can talk about here is the reaction to the news. Is what's really interesting to me. Literally, guys, it is a proposal. Okay? It is a proposal for Biden, a proposal on the taxation. It's a proposal from Biden. Okay, he's not like instated. He's not stated that this is what is going to happen. It needs to actually get accepted, right? It needs to get accepted, and I don't think it's going to get accepted. Americans are not going to just sit back and allow for a 45% tax to get employed on capital gains on first pass, at the very least, on first pass. So I think the idea of that the fact that the market is reacting to that is what's really, really interesting, right? That to me shows me a path towards a market recovery. Right, as soon as the proposal gets rejected or pulled or ignored or just the phases to the background, blah blah blah, the markets are going to recover completely. Especially if this is actually happening because of that freaking news piece, right? A news piece like that in a bull market only gives me more conviction that the market will recover when it's all blown over. It's not that deep. I like that. That's pretty condescending though. Mine's not as condescending. The new proposed capital gains tax rate is too damn high and downright criminal. Okay, so I was talking to Krisha about this a while ago, and that's one of the reasons, man, why I'm looking at this a lot more recently. I want to start keeping an eye on this and start you know how we were looking at the gold to Bitcoin ratio like weeks to months before anybody else was looking at it, right? Similarly, now I'm looking at this weeks to months before anybody else in the crypto space will look at it, like publicly at the very least, or before it becomes narrative and bandwagoning, you know? The smart traders are probably looking at this. They know what to look at. So I'm looking at this more so to gauge what could happen in the future. And I believe that we will see yields get really, really high, even though it's going to be downright criminal, right? So I'm not trying to mock you, but people, the people who are trading the markets are not going to want yields to be high. We do not want yields to be high because, well, capital will flow into the capital markets while yields are low. If yields are low, then we see more money flow into Bitcoin, into traditional assets, blah, blah, blah. But at one point, so far for the last like 10-20 years, the Fed has been pushing that idea and allowing for that to happen, right? Keeping yields low as much as possible so that the markets are doing well. But at one point, the pitchforks are going to come out by the rest of the public, the rest of the people in the world who do not have capital assets. They're going to be like, no, this is not right because our savings are getting eaten into. Remember, yields being high is good for the savers. Yields being low is extremely bad for the savers, extremely bad for the savers. Now it's increasing. Now as the wealth gap begins to increase and increase and increase, right? There are going to be more people with no assets, and less people with assets. So more people will control a larger portion of the world's assets. When those people become fewer and fewer and fewer, the public officials are going to be incentivized to do things that are not in favor of people who have the assets. So now while you and I might be thinking, man, it's downright criminal, I mean, of course, I completely agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't want to sound like I'm mocking you here, right? But while you and I will say this, right, that it's downright criminal, you need to understand that on the other side of things, okay, there are people who are saying, screw those guys with capital, screw those guys with assets, take them down, take them down, take them down, right? Because they don't have assets, and they don't understand that the reason they don't have the assets to begin with is because of the officials. But they're going to go ahead and empower the officials to come after us. It's sad. It's a sad truth of it, but this is what has happened historically, and it's going to happen again, and the cycle will repeat. But the good thing is that this time we have Bitcoin, right? You can't really take Bitcoin away. You can take Bitcoin's USD value away, but that's not going to mean much, right? The buying power is going to stay relative. Remember, guys, if you plot Bitcoin against other assets that are also going down in value, let's say the whole world crashes, right? Bitcoiners are going to preserve their buying power, right? Yes, the USD value is going to come down, but that's irrelevant. If you calculate your purchasing power and that remains the same or maybe even increases, if capital gains tax goes up and then wealth tax goes up, people are going to say two things. One, I'm just going to hold in Bitcoin and never sell, because capital gains tax means that you need to sell to have a gain to get taxed on it. Right? Then the counter to that by governments is going, okay, we're going to wealth tax you. Okay, if you wealth tax me, I'm just going to leave the country. I'm just going to leave the jurisdiction, and you can't really stop me from taking my Bitcoin with me, right? Before, you could wealth tax someone based on his real estate. You could wealth tax someone based on his money in the bank, because if he tries to withdraw that money in the bank, you can stop it. You can impede that. You can't do that with Bitcoin. Does that make sense to you guys? I know I went on a rant, and a lot of you guys only care about shitcoins, but what I just said is really important for those of you guys who really want to learn how to trade these markets. Alright guys, let's go ahead. Play some. So this is gonna be some music from the mango bar I plan to open up on a beach. It's going to be a bar that operates on losses, complete losses. But it's going to be a place where people can just come and have a good time. The drinks are going to be really, really expensive though, so bring Bitcoin. What do you guys think? It's almost afternoon. It's a weekend too. Is it time for a cocktail? Is it time for a cocktail? Kush, are you here? Are you down to make me a cocktail? Should we be taking an intermission break and come back? Cardano, man. Let's do it, Cardano. You can do it. You can save the world by saving the dollar. Save the dollar, save the world, Cardano. Roger says that was a really fascinating point, Sean. Hey, every now and then I have moments of insight. Usually people don't care about these topics, so I don't talk about them much. Garima, how are you? Have you looked at Ethereum USD? Probably. Hit our resistance, Garima. Hit our resistance level. Our target was 2,500, right? Hit our target. So ETH and ETH USDT hit our target around the same time. ETH BTC hit our monthly target. ETH USD hit our target, right? That was our target of price discovery. So we double. This is so freaking typical of Ethereum, man. I've been victim to this so many times in the past that I refused to be victim this time around. I told you guys it's gonna happen. It's gonna wake up. The candle's gonna look so bullish. We're gonna think that this is gonna be the candle, and then it turns into that. Right? I've been victim to this, but that doesn't mean that Ethereum is done. That doesn't mean that the Ethereum's crashing down. No, it just meant that when you feel like Ethereum's going to have the continuation, it's not going to continue. It's going to actually pull back. It's going to hit the resistance level. It's going to wick up to take out the high, go into major territories where you think there's no way it's going to close underneath, and it does exactly that. And right now, the entire market, right, the pieces of the puzzle all fit together for Ethereum to do just that. Remember what I was feeling yesterday? I'm like, wait a minute, Bitcoin's looking too weak. Ethereum is looking strong, but the month is about to close. We're going into monthly resistance. Nope, I'm going to be hedging, right? So I talked to you guys in yesterday's video about how I will be taking my Ethereum profits against that monthly resistance. Not all of it, of course. And I'm glad I did, because it paid for the losses I had to take on Bitcoin, right? So even another key thing to note there was that even though I was not liking what I was seeing on Bitcoin, I traded my trade, right? I traded my trade end to end, right? I was like, if it closes under so-and-so level on the 4 hour, I will take my loss, get out, and boom. I'm glad I did on everything. I followed my plan. And what I'm happy about today, guys, why I am in a good mood, was because I followed my plan. You cannot control whether you win or lose. What you can control is whether you follow your plan. And because I've been following my plan, I am not just okay, I am on top, right? That all it took was that one Ethereum trade, complete luck, right? Remember, we say that our wins are just luck. Our losses are under our control. That's what we control. We have our risk management strategy underneath everything we do. In fact, we freaking created a Mango risk management indicator just to make our lives easier on that, right? If you guys are in the seed, please use that. Do not get lazy. I created that tool sheet. Well, Krisha and I created that tool sheet and the risk management indicator to make your lives easier, so you guys don't have to get lazy on your risk management. There's no excuse. So use it. If you guys paid the price, any of you paid the price, by not using it, use today's lesson to make sure you use it in the future. Bob Harrison says, hating the rich is stupid. Hating the politicians that are in bed with the corrupt companies that protect them and bail them out and passes the bill on to average citizens are those who should be hated. It's not... Okay, so define the word stupid, right? Like, what does stupid mean? I'd rather go with this term, because I've put a little bit more thought into it. It's more ignorant than it is stupid, right? They just don't know better, Bob. They don't know better. We were all once upon a time in their shoes where we knew nothing, right? We all start off knowing nothing. And the thing is, man, the world is in such a place right now where people don't even have the time to educate themselves, right? And especially like people who, even if you're doing pretty well in life because you're working a corporate job and you're working like freaking 12-16 hours a day, just because you have cash does not mean you're going to know better, because you've given away all your time that you would have otherwise be using to educate yourself. Which is why I was never ever keen on continuing my corporate world, because I could not educate myself further and further and further. So they don't have the time to know better, Bob. They just don't know better. They have no idea what's going on. Shane Walter, you don't think rich people pull strings of the politicians? Yeah, the rich people. So you're talking to Bob, I think. How come they are all pretty much dancing to the same tune? So yeah, even there, right? The word rich is pretty vague because the politicians are rich. They are rich too. So you've got to be a little bit more specific over there. I think it's like hating people, hating entrepreneurs who have done well. That is stupid, right? People who have taken. This is what I think is really, really stupid. This is what I think is really selfish and stupid. Hating entrepreneurs who have taken massive risk in their lives by sacrificing years to start up a business, whether it be a doctor, right, who started his own office, family business or whatever you call it, or a lawyer, whatever, right? Entrepreneurs, or someone who started a restaurant and made a chain of restaurants. People hate them because they are earning a lot of money now. But those guys took massive risks. They could have lost all of their savings. They could have lost years of their lives. They could have lost their families to that mission, right? Because it's a lot of stress on the family when you're taking on such a task. They put so much risk on the line. They deserve to be rewarded. You going to your 9-to-5 job, right? Getting weekends off, getting paid vacations, getting sick leave, is you taking the non-risk approach. And if trading teaches us anything, it is that you are rewarded for the amount of risk you put in, right? The more risk you take, right, the more you'll get rewarded. Sometimes risk to reward ratios are asymmetric, and that's where entrepreneurs come in and they fill that gap. They fill that asymmetric gap, right? Of, hey, the risk reward ratio here is really, really tempting. And that's where capitalism really works, because people are hunting for those asymmetric rewards. Now, some people choose that in terms of their profession. I saw the asymmetric risk reward when it came to being a software engineer, right? I was actually I had a double degree in mathematics. I had a double major in mathematics, and then I switched into computer science and software engineering because of that, right? That's what the markets are for, man. Even the job market. I'm limited by the characters in the chat, Sean. I can't put big words like ignorant. No, I understand what you mean, but I'm saying it out loud here for the benefit of everyone else, you know? These are important conversations that people don't like usually. In England, they give money / contract to their mates whilst having shares in those companies corrupt. That's again so brutal, right? They lobby for those contracts, and that. But Tan Swan does have a point over there, right? Your ability to be able to buy favor is a form of capitalism as well. You ever been a refund scammer, Mango? What does that even mean? If you did get scammed by someone pretending to be Mango, please be careful, guys, of fake Mango accounts, etc, etc, etc. People have been also been showing up in the Mango Discord and pretending to be me, right? Me and Krisha. So recently nobody's pretended to be Krisha, but there have been a couple of people trying to be Sean. So be careful of who you're talking to. The best way to make sure that you're talking to the real Sean, the real Krisha, is by using the sidebar, right? Sean and Krisha are listed underneath Keepers of the Grove. Yeah, that's a better attitude to have, man. So yeah, XRP, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look. Somebody asked about XRP, right? Let me go ahead and just confirm. Matt Stories says, I admire most rich people I have met. I never hate on them. I would like to join them one day. And that is the right attitude to have, guys. If you want to have wealth, and wealth is an encapsulation of time, you should try to befriend wealthy people to understand their mindset. You need to have a healthy relationship with the idea of wealth. You can't despise it, because it will never come to you. It will never come to you. And you need to understand that if you want to make a difference in the world, you need the wealth. You need to be able to, you're not going to be able to do anything without wealth, even if you want to change the world for the better, or you want to help your family. That's one of the first things I told Krisha when we started out on our journey, right? I said that, Krisha, if we ever want to help our families in a more profound way, we need to achieve far more than the gifts that have already been given to us by them. You know, we need to go and take it to the next level. So I wasn't going to do that by earning only $100,000 a year at you need something more scalable, and that's what trading gives you. It's far more scalable. Okay, back to I think it was Robert who asked for XRP. So yeah, this is okay. We'll start with the Ichimoku first. Cloud is green. We're pulling back into the cloud. 21 EMA, Tenkin, and Kijun all getting tested right now. It's holding well. I have to say this. It's holding well. Yes, it's dumping down. It's a pretty aggressive dump. It lost its levels a while ago, actually, somewhere around here on this candle close. On the top of the cloud was essentially the level that you guys were looking at. You can put a level there. I already have my horizontals over there from other levels that we probably got from the dynamic, right? Like green line there. We lost it. Came down. We're testing the 21 EMA. I want to see it now close above the cloud as well as the 21 EMA, right? Then I'll be looking for a trend continuation to around 2,500 Satoshi. Not trend continuation, a bounce and a retest of this level. Trend continuation is the completely wrong word to be using. I need to reduce the music, the volume on the music a tad bit.
You gotta put your past behind you.
Oh, there we go.
Look, kid,
Not for the song though.
and you can't do anything.
All right.
Wrong. When the world turns its back.
So yeah, that's XRP BTC. Not the worst look at all. But then again, keep in mind that on the daily, we are in a downtrend, an aggressive downtrend. On the weekly time frame, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Top of the cloud is resistance. I want to see this break into the cloud. This is where I was never really convinced on XRP being a fully developing trade, because while it had broken into the cloud on Poloniex, it did not do it on Binance, and I had mixed feelings about that. Right, I had mixed feelings about that, but hey, nonetheless, right, can't win them all. XRP USD is where XRP USD really told us the story, right? On the daily time frame, the dynamic is what I was looking at, right? It broke underneath, rejected. This was the big tell for us, where hey, the USD pairings are giving us some bad signs. And now we're coming down to test the 90 cents to 86 cent region, where I do have a horizontal, I do believe. Yeah, that region was where we traded towards the upside. We come back all the way down there. This was likely to see a bounce. We did see the bounce. So the question now is, how do we consolidate? Right? Do we test back all the way up over here? I don't think so. I think the next level that we'll be looking at is over here. This breakdown, retest down. Right? This is going to be key here, right here, guys. I think the next level that XRP will be contending is $1.30. Right, so that's your Bitcoin pairing. On the weekly, let's see. Weekly is still looking good, right? Okay, I don't want to say that. That's a little bit too strong of a word. This candle action over here is not the best look, but the trend is still fine, right? This could turn around really, really easily. Let's look at XRP BTC. I think we already looked at this, but yeah, downtrend. Actually, no, downtrend broken over here. Yeah, so now we're looking to set in a higher low and continue on. I'll be looking for 4,200 Satoshi actually. It's going to take its time, but I'll be looking for this eventually. As long as the bull market endures. Wesley Peter says, hi Sean, let's say I have invested all my money and I have nothing left to buy the dips. Is it better to sell everything now and buy back when Bitcoin hits 42,000? That is bordering on financial advice, man. You say let's say, but it sounds like you are in that position. That's not enough information though on whether or how you should manage your trades, right? Like, it really depends on what your entry was, what your entire financial portfolio is, what your financial situation is, what your lifestyle is, you know, whether you have a full-time job, whether you're trading full-time, etc. Like, there are way too many things for me to be able to give you that kind of advice that could end up harming you. I can't tell you what to do, whether you should sell now, because if I tell you to sell now and it bounces, you'd be like, oh, I would have just been better off holding. Now, can you afford it comes down to so many questions. Can you afford to let it bounce on you after you get out of position? Is it better for you to get out of position? Like, you got to wait. Are you in a leverage trade, right? If you're in a leverage trade and you're getting liquidated all the way down at, like, let's say 40,000, 42,000, is it better for you to reposition then? That changes the answer. Are you in a spot trade, right? In that situation, is a $6,000 move towards the downside worth grabbing for the chance that Bitcoin bounces from 48,000 all the way to maybe 60,000? That's a $12,000 move, right? So now there you're risking 12,000 towards the upside to 6,000 towards the downside. But maybe you think that's not possible. Maybe you think that there's no way Bitcoin gets to 60,000. Maybe you think it's a downtrend. Too many things. You got to, like, make the trade based on your read, your situation, your risk profile. Mango, I know you and Krisha. I hired you, worked for me back in 2013. You, I was not. I'd quit programming way before 2013, man. I'd already become a product manager by that point. And Krisha was never a programmer. Krisha recently started being a programmer. So Krisha was not a programmer in 2013. She was still in school. Time is on your side. Just eat rice and beans for the next 2 months and start taking profits before. Yeah, traders turn into rice and beans turn to the rice and beans diet moments like this. Hi Sean, what's your take on the exchange business model? Do exchanges have a conflict of interest with leverage traders? Because of course exchanges have a conflict of interest. They don't need majority of traders to lose to make money, by the way. That's not true. They can make money just through transaction fees. A lot of money. Sean, should I stop staring at the charts and take a bath instead? Yes. Stop staring at the charts. Take a nice long hot shower or cold shower, depending on the country you are in. And then come back to your computer, if you insist on coming back to your computer, and play video games, right? Play Dead by Daylight, if you're into that game, or play Catan. These are the 2 games I'm playing recently. Hey Mango, I know you and Krisha, I hired you back in 1949, started you both as mango farmers. Holy shit. Weekly dynamic saying 36,000, guys. Oof. The sell-off is pretty aggressive, eh? Down, 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 down. Actually, no, not that bad. I was holding this level, man. It broke this freaking symmetrical triangle towards the downside. I was hoping this breaks towards the upside. Jesus Christ. This ended up being distribution. Actually, what is the measurement for this? Huh. To the T. I only have $1,000 to spend. What should I buy? Save it for rent money or something. Buy Satoshis, man. Buy Bitcoin. And hold it for like 10 years. This is not financial advice. Do not listen to anything I say. Jesus Christ, I shouldn't be saying anything like that. I ain't buying until I see it under the dollar. Luda. I'll be selling if it closes the weekly underneath the dollar. I'll be selling it. I'll be a seller. Hi Sean, what is your thought on Orion Protocol? I don't have any thoughts on the fundamentals on it. I actually know nothing about it. I just come here to chat with my homies. Attaboy, Bob. Attaboy. The dashboard called most of these moves, man, this morning. Let's go ahead and actually look at the 4-hour time frame on the dashboard. Yeah. Jesus Christ, the dashboard pretty much called all these moves. I didn't trade any of these. I feel like I missed out on a lot of opportunity not trading the short side, but nah. I'm just saying that now. I'd rather trade the short side only in the bear market and look for the buy opportunities in the bull market. But yeah, for those of you who trade both sides of the market, at the very least, you can use this to get out of your trades, right? That's kind of what we did. Hey Sean, how did you choose how much money is enough? What do you mean? In terms of what? Amira says, is the weekly looking just as bad as the 4-hour on the Mango dashboard? So the 4-hour over here is not looking bad, Amira. As in, yeah, it's all short, but you can't... Okay, I don't want you guys to start looking as short as bad and long as good. You guys should be neutral to whether it's short or long, right? You guys should look at it as opportunity, right? Let's say what's bad is when things are not going in the direction of the trend or rather your trend direction. So the dashboard, things are looking good over here. How we traded it may not be looking good, right? But we did trade it, at least on the neutral perspective, right? We got out of our trades last night. But that's how you need to be thinking of it. If you are trading the long side and the markets are dumping on you and you're holding onto your trades, that's when things are bad, right? So how are things looking today? Things are looking like the bears are making money. That's what it looks like. Things are looking really good for the bears today, right? If you're following any of these signals, at least you wouldn't have been long at the very least. Yeah, Amira. That's a really good response over there, buddy. It shows that you're really mature. He says thanks for that reframe, or she says thanks for that reframe. Is that you, by the way, Ishan? Let me know. This is called the washed out line. You wash out all the bugs. Carlo Bellucci says chart analysis on Doge. Let's see what Doge is doing. Doge USDT. Oof. I mean, it's done worse, right? And 66% drawdown, 50% drawdown. This is the volatility of the chart, man. It's coming down to test support over here. Daily might be, daily lost support, might be losing support right over here around 25 cents. The major support on the daily was this level here at 27, I think. Lined up with the op line, op dot 2. Close underneath it, on top of the dynamic, closing underneath. If it bounces up here completely and closes this daily candle above 27, that's ultra bullish. If Dogecoin or Dogecoin closes above 27 cents, wait, 28.5 cents, 28.5 cents, somewhere around there, closes above that, this is really bullish. Cardano testing support too. Oh, change windows. Oops. Yep. Thank you for that piece of sheet. Could you please change your name? It just makes me less likely to read out your messages, man. Mango's a friendly channel, and you have the same name on the Grove too. Hey Raja, I don't answer that question publicly. It's an algorithm and a combination of algorithms that I do use. Ethereum is pumping, says someone. Let's go ahead and take a look. Where are you, Ethereum? Doesn't look like a pump to me, man. Let's go look at VECHAIN. We've not looked at VECHAIN, man. Bounces support over here. Not come and test the weekly dynamic just yet at 11 cents, but it come test our daily level at 14 cents. This was the level I was looking for to come down to if it lost. Well, it did lose this daily level yesterday, right? Oh, sorry, this morning. So this was what we were looking for because we didn't like the look of VECHAIN. And VECHAIN BEC? Yeah, we didn't like the look of this. I wasn't a big fan of VECHAIN. And it's come down to test our major zone over here. Yeah, VeChain hasn't surprised me. In fact, I think Krisha's video on VeChain was pretty down too. She was looking for downside move. Not certain. Theme is in. Yeah, it's a switch to a 5-second time frame. Ethereum is pumping. Yeah. When the markets are bearish, wait for the bounce and switch to the 1 minute time frame or the 1 second time frame. You're gonna feel real good about yourself. And then switch back again to the weekly time frame when it starts dumping again. Like everything's fine. Everything's fine. Ethereum is honestly though not looking all that bad, guys. Just think about how bullish this market is. All right, how bullish the overall market is, that we are dumping down to 2,200. We are dumping down to 50,000. We're dumping down to 49,000 at the moment, but we're dumping down to these levels. Like 2,200 was resistance just a few weeks ago. 2,000 was resistance. Raja says, hi Sean, do you ever use decentralized exchanges? Do you think DEXs will become more popular than centralized exchanges once gas fees are lower? You have like 3 questions in there actually, so my answer to that is yes and no. Oh wait, no wait, the answer to that is no, yes and no. So no, I do not use decentralized exchanges. Use them very little, so I kind of use them, but not really. Will I believe DEXs will be more popular than centralized exchanges? Yes. Do I believe that it relies on gas fees? No, I don't think that Ethereum is going to have a monopoly on centralized exchanges. I never thought that before even Binance, right? But I do think that decentralized DeFi in general, not Ethereum. Okay, people mistake DeFi for Ethereum. Ethereum may end up being the DeFi leader protocol. I don't want to bet on that. There's no reason to. We don't need to. There's no reason to. Even in terms of a trading perspective, I don't think Ethereum's success as a trade is reliant on DeFi being successful. Matt Stories is asking for sushi. Why not? Can take an intermission break after this. Downtrend, man. Right over here. So you see this. We had a symmetrical triangle on the daily. We broke here on the daily. Ensued the downtrend on the dynamic as well. Yeah, downtrend. This was never looking good. Over here, right, there was probably a chance for it to reverse, but you wanted to see it do this, not this, right? So people could be looking at this as some kind of weird falling channel onto support, which I wouldn't have been looking at it as. But hey, that's completely fine, really. But it put in a lower high just to put in another low. So as soon as you see that, you don't know how long this is gonna take, right? So you have a falling channel. You want the falling channel to start an uptrend. You don't want it to just keep falling. These are concepts you will learn in the Mango C program, Mad Stories. You will learn how you can use patterns and trend analysis together with your support and resistance to take safer trades and ignore these kind of trades. Just don't even waste your time looking at it. How do I think crypto will change the world once I think there's mass adoption? I don't know. Okay, so the way crypto will change the world is going to be by giving people more control of their wealth without external influencers being able to extort us out of our wealth, right? You can't stop me from leaving a country with my wealth anymore, right? That's one of the biggest value propositions for Bitcoin to me, right? I can just walk from border to border to border to border across borders, and nobody can, like, I read something really that bothered me that happened in, was it Florida? I'm not sure. Was it Arizona? I don't know. Somewhere in the States, where this dude was stopped at the airport and he had $39,000 confiscated off him. $39,000, that's it. Okay, now to him, that was a lot of money because he borrowed to get that money. He took it out of his business. He was trying to buy a truck to extend his business, and he was stopped at the airport and they confiscated that money for no real reason, okay, because he was suspected to be doing something with it. Okay, there was no real reason given as to what that suspicion was. And the thing is that they have the power to do that, and they can, like, you know, ruin people's lives with that. I'm not blaming the states, I'm blaming, like, I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying that's the power governments across the world globally have over people right now. They can extort people, and the reason they were able to do that was because you can put a gun to someone's head and say, hey, give me your money or I will shoot you and take it. Now they can say, hey, give me your money, put a gun to your head, I will shoot you, and you don't get it and I don't get it. So what's happening over there? It's the returns on the action is reducing to zero, right? They get to kill you, but they don't get to really get anything out of it. So human beings are driven by incentives, right? We commit an action because the returns on that action we believe is to give us more than not committing that action. But now what crypto has done is that because of the security that Bitcoin allows for people to store their wealth in, right? You get to store your wealth in a security vault for free, right? The cost to store your wealth in Bitcoin compared to the security it gives you is crazy. The ratio is crazy, right? You pay the bank to store your money, but you pay it at a really high cost without realizing it. For Bitcoin, you're paying at the cost of volatility, which is irrelevant, in my opinion, for the trade-off that you're getting. But the thing is, nobody can take your wealth away, and that's what crypto offers to me. That's the biggest value proposition. Question says, Fran, oh, you changed your name, eh? I believe that's you at least. Or is that someone else? Anyways, question by Francis says, what will happen after the squishing triangle goes down? What comes after the down? What are you talking about? The Cardano chart, man? Just let me know. Try to be a little bit more specific, because sometimes I catch your questions after I switch charts. Maybe Cardano, eh? Or were you talking about sushi? Cardano is bouncing right now off the support line. Ubina says, like it up, guys. Come on, guys. Yeah, like it up. 6 more likes for 200. Do it up. Try to get mango to 200. I'm sitting here with a dehydrated tongue. Maybe I should do that intermission break. Alright, let's do an intermission. Be right back, guys. I'm gonna refill my drink, and yeah. All right, let's get this started again. I'm not sure how long I was gone. Maybe like 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Made myself a quick LIT. It's not looking like much for an LIT, but hey, I did my best. Lee says, no one knows the future apart from my wife. She always says, I told you that was gonna happen. With Ethereum getting past 2,200, is it going to close about the dynamic? Gonna be interesting. Alright, let's switch up the music again.
And then she'd say, it's okay, I got yours on the way, but I'm a supergirl.
This is one of my favorite songs, guys. My favorite songs. Alright, let's go ahead and look at some charts. Where are the opportunities? I'm looking to be buying some dips this evening. Perhaps throughout this weekend, I'll be looking to buy dips. Maybe. Things may change. We may see other things unfold that may make us want to get a little bit more conservative. Right? I am not looking to be getting bearish right now. That's something I'm not going to be doing. Not anytime soon. Okay, it's going to take maybe a couple of weeks before I get bearish on anything. I just don't want to in this market. It's a buy the dip kind of trade. Like, for example, let's go ahead and take a quick look at XRP, right? Let's say XRP bounces back on over to its current high, XRP USDT. So let's say it bounces all the way back up to the wick over there. That's a 130% trade from one end of the range to the other end of the range, right? Those are your bull market trades right over there. Why would you want to play the downside against the trend, against the momentum? Every now and then the bears win like this, which is their time to shine, right? Let them win, guys. Remember, when you are trading, it's kind of like a tennis match or squash. You don't have to win every single point. You got to win the match. If you crush your opponent every single point of the way, right? If all you do is win every single point, no one's going to want to play with you. That's one way to look at it. So you got to give them some wins to have a healthy market, to have a healthy game, to have a healthy play style, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. I mean, I'm not trying to say that. That sounds a little bit pretentious. I do apologize. What I'm trying to say is that even when you're playing a game of squash, football, basketball, whatever, right? You don't win every single point. What you try to do is win the match. Similar with trading. At the end of the day, though, what every sport has in common, and this is one of the reasons why I set these rules for myself, is that you're scoring towards one goal. You're scoring on one side of the pitch until the referee calls for halftime. Then he puts the soccer ball, the football right in the center of the pitch, and then you score the other side, right? So you got to set those rules for yourself. That's why I say, hey, you know what? I'm scoring on that side and that side only until the referee blows the whistle. Jesus, this drink is way too strong. I'm feeling it already. I guess when you're fasted, you feel it like way quicker, but still, Jesus is nuts. I should mark this video as not safe for children. I say that and then I take another sip. Link, you just bought Link at Dot, eh? Link was not a bad pick. Now that you've made your decision, I can go ahead and take a look at Link. Link is one of the stronger performing charts in this entire market, by the way. So how much did it drop? A good 26%, 30% actually, but it's a stronger performing chart. That's crypto for you. But look at the way it's held trend on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Daily probably broke back into the structure we're looking at. Yeah, as long as it's holding this trend line, right? I think that's opportunity, guys. I might be looking to reposition some of my altcoins into Link. Let's look at DOT. I don't like DOT, man. I don't like DOT. I used to like DOT. Not anymore. I wanted to close back above the dynamic before I get interested. It's 10:13 a.m. It's the weekend, man. It's a Friday. It's a Friday, and I will be leaving for the beach again in a week. So once I get onto the beach, all notion of time is gone. I have only one real hard rule. I don't drink after 8 p.m. That's the only hard rule I have. But other than that, as long as you're staying healthy for the most part and you're not drinking every single freaking day, who cares what time you drink? I just think it's really stupid to drink after. Again, I shouldn't be using the word stupid, okay? It doesn't make sense for me for people to think that drinking is more for the night. It's like everything our body tells us is the opposite. Dude, intermittent fasting and drinking either go hand in hand in the most amazing way or the worst way. And since you intermittent fast, you probably know what I'm talking about. I finally have 100 link, 100 dot, 200 ADA. Bought the dip, man. Those are some nice round numbers. It's like playing Catan right there. You can buy a development card and still have two. You still have one wheat and one rock left. There you go, bud. There you go. So you see it too, right? You see it too. Yeah. So it's not only me. He's implemented the no drink after dark rule now. I can't trade if I drink after like maybe 7 p.m. 7:30, 8 p.m. You just can't trade, man. You're going to have a shitty day the next morning. How are you going to trade when you wake up with a hangover? I'd rather drink in like at around 4 p.m., 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.-ish. And then by the time it's 8 p.m., it's out of my system. And I can wrap up my day. Everyone is equal says, WTF, why are they saying Solana is the Ethereum killer? Why do you care? If they're saying that, trade it. If they is everyone in the market. Don't care, man. Who cares? You don't know who's going to be the killer of who. The killer of Ethereum or killer of Solana may not have even been invented yet. Lunamia understands. Fasting makes you tipsy at a cheaper price. Exactly. More money to buy Bitcoin. Jesus, this downtrend on the 15-minute though, guys. You guys seeing it? Are we talking about alcoholic drinks? No. Sugar drinks. Hatham says, just said to my buddy, Dr. Sean says we can drink in the daytime too. It's cool. It's so funny because everyone in Krisha's family and my family too now refer to me as Dr. Sean. I read up way too many medical research papers, man. It could be from your dad. I don't drink much either. Like, I shouldn't say that anymore. Ever since I started going to the beach more often, it's just more vibey to drink on the beach. But I only started drinking at around age 28, really, right? How about this? When I started, this was the big my gateway entry into drinking, I guess. When I started being able to afford a bottle of scotch every 3 days, that was like when I really started drinking, around 26, 27. Because I started tasting different single malts, right? I wasn't drinking a bottle every 3 days. That's coming out really wrong. But I had a collection, right? And then I wanted to like taste a bit every now and then. There you go, Mark. Yeah. But you guys got to make sure you stop at 8. Don't turn into alcoholics. Do not turn into alcoholics. Jesus. Have fun with it, but control your freaking selves. That's the mango way. Risk management. You got to have a hard rule. Hard stop at around 7:38. No, hunger doesn't, alcohol doesn't count, man. It's no calories. 0 calories. All alcohol is 0 calories. Except beer. Beer doesn't count as alcohol. Beer counts as a burger. That's why they go hand in hand. This is coming down here, guys. 46, then 44, and then boom. I gotta say, I did not think the market would get another chance at 44,000. It seems like it will. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Neer, how are you, man? We were just looking at Link, man. Did you miss it? We looked at Link, like, just now. We looked at Link specifically for you. Because you mentioned Link. That comment deserves some mangoes. Every time I go shopping, I think about how much BTC I can buy if I don't buy that ice cream. That is a mango-worthy comment. Last week I didn't buy coffee and bought BTC instead. That's smart. This is still holding here, guys. Still holding the dominant shot. What do you guys think? Bounce? Bounce or dump? No, you don't get any more calls. You missed the analysis we did for you. We covered dot and chain link. So you do not get any more calls. Or rather, you do not get any more requests. Done. You're cut off for 1 week. Kyle says bounce. Too many eyes on alts. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Cardano, Richard Cardano wants the dump. I can tell he wants it. He says dump. I want it to dump because it'll be fun, right? The markets will be so much fun if Bitcoin gets all the way down here again. I mean, Bitcoin dominance gets all the way down over here again. I don't know, man. But you got to treat support as support until it breaks, right? So Richard, as much as I want you to be right, I think Kyle is right. Then again, Kyle says this. I don't know. SBTC looks good on the 2-day breakout. Yeah, man. It's not easy. It's not as easy this time. I don't know either, man. Dude, you just bought Chainlink and DOT, and you're calling bounce. Do you understand what a bounce would mean for your altcoins? Long until proven wrong. Attaboy. Autumn says 4-hour wine flashing red, yellow past 2 times this happened. Was the code bottom and 10k consolidation bottom. Interesting. Let's go check it out. This is flashing on it flashed the top on Sol. I missed this, man. This would have been nice. The fact that the 4-hour wine switched green to red on the retest of the wedge, that would have been a good shot. Is the 12-hour flipping yellow? I'd wait for this to flip yellow. It's not, I mean, it's not even flipped red yet, so it flipping yellow is not going to mean much. So wait, let me read what he said again. 4-hour wine flashing red and yellow. Okay. Past twice. Okay. This was the 10k. This was the 10k. Yeah, this was the 10k region. Yeah, this was that. So Hatham, have you been following the streams? I've been talking about how the psychology of this market condition, right? The 10k to 12k zone, oh sorry, the 50k to the 60k zone is matching the 10k to the 12k zone. The psychology of the market, in that we had a lot of bears going into 10k, broke 10k, we had way too many bulls, right? So it was like literally, wait a minute, we don't have one side that is under what's the word I'm looking for? Underrepresented. So we had way too much excitement on one side, way too much excitement on the other side. Very similar to 10k, 12k, and the same situation happened 50k, 60k. So that's what I meant by psychology. And now I've seen this similar dump, right? Aggressive dump. 20% dump after bouncing off on. So basically from the high to the low, what was that? 20% actually. Around the same thing. But again, volatility around that time had compressed a lot. And now, I think we are seeing something very, very similar. Let's see. It's really hard to trade that kind of thing, but now we have an indicator that's also matching it, right? So thank you for pointing that out. So it's really hard for me to be bearish until the 12-hour actually switches yellow. Sorry, switches red. I want the 12-hour to switch red before I get bearish on Bitcoin. Yes, Kenneth, the Mango Dynamic is available for now publicly. The Mango Vine is what's not available publicly anymore. We already covered VECHAIN, Bobcat. Kyle Medina, long and triple wrong. I'm buying the dips in the 1 minute. I was looking for Solana to come back down over here. I would have likely been a buy, but it's not coming down. There. It's showing strength. I was looking to add over here. I'm gonna be a little bit more greedy though. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. I should keep the alert here, and then I can probably buy a little bit lower, right? Probably come down here. I think if Solana comes back down somewhere around here and Cardano doesn't move that much, I may actually trim my Cardano position down a little bit and buy this. Kenneth says, how can I get the Mango Dynamic? You can go to themangoway.com/dynamic. That's the short link. So themangoway.com/dynamic. And if you're interested in the seed, it's the same thing. Themangoway.com/seed. If you are interested in getting into our Discord, which all of you should get into our Discord, themangoway.com/discord. The one in the green line, what do you mean, man? The one, what's the chart called? What's not working right now, Sarah? Incendium says, to be honest, y'all should put a running list of coins covered already on the stream somewhere down so people don't keep asking for the same stuff that's already been covered. How do we do that though? I'll have to update the stream live, I guess. I don't know. And where do we put it? It's going to be like really messy. I don't know, if you have ideas, I'm willing to listen to them. That's a good idea. I just don't know how to implement it. None of this is relevant anymore. XRP needs to break back above the zone. I'm going to be a little bit more strict with it, actually. I'm going to put it there. Safe BTC. If it's a huge candle, I must... It's not even here, man. Wrong ticker. Dav. Bitcoin bouncing on the 15-minute. No, man. I mean, probably is, but it needs to break the trend on the 15-minute downtrend. And even that's going to be just the beginning. Then it needs to reverse the 1-hour trend. Then it needs to reverse the 4-hour trend. Then it needs to reverse the 12-hour trend. Then it needs to reverse the weekly trend. Has a long way to go. Bitcoin needs to do a lot. Gotta call a spade when you see a spade. What was the chart I was looking at? Was it the RSI? What chart you talking about, man? At what time? Alright, let's look at Alice. Is it even on the ticker? It's on Binance. It's garbage, man. This is the worst garbage I've seen yet. It's just been on a perpetual downturn ever since it existed. So listed, it pumped 59,000%. And now it's dumped. It's literally dumped 90%, man. Why are you looking at this? Even if I take the can closes, 70%. Did Harmony hit our targets? We were looking for further downside. Oh, it did. Ouch. Ouch. So remember what we said, if Harmony closes underneath this level here, underneath 11 or 12 cents, we'd be looking for it to reach this zone here. And it did. It's closing above it though, so that's good. Wicked underneath. Ouch. It was a good buy opportunity at the very least. Yeah, man, let's look at the US. Victor. Oh, hey, Victor. Is that you? Victor Zavadil. I was talking to you via PM, right? I'm not sure. Weekly support, I believe. Yeah, it's holding weekly support, man. Right there. We're looking at these can close highs. Let me adjust that a bit more higher. Yeah, there. It's holding. This is the buy. You got players on the weekly, clearly. Anna says, Sean, I got out of the hospital tonight. Holy shit, man. I hope you're alright. Damn. We try to edit your live streams. What do you mean by edit them? In what way? Let me know. You were able to buy some Algorand at 91 cents. I guess that was a dip. I'm not sure what price it trades at. I want to believe that we bounce back now, says Kyle Medina. Lower time frame shows some signs of reversals, but I wanted to touch support first. Yeah, it's better to be a little bit more patient, man. You can either wait for the reversal to happen and then get in, or wait for it to come down to support, which currently, what are you reading? I'm reading 45k, right? Maybe the weekly says something different. Weekly says 45k. I can actually pause the music on my ears.
DJ Dark live in the mix.
Victor Zavedil says, thank you. Young Buck says, oh no, I already read that. The theme's looking fantastic, man. Ethereum's still looking really, really good. Like, this is really interesting. I think Ethereum's going to make its way to close above the zone here. I think it's going to make its way to here, man. That's now a 20% move. Arthur, are you still here? Are you looking at Ethereum still? Kyle, you looking at ETH? Keep your eyes on ETH, guys. Do not ignore Ethereum. Something's up. There's a bidder on Ethereum. ETH is holding 2000 as the bid. It's holding 2000. Bitcoin just gave up 50,000. Ethereum is holding 2000. Again, it's a little bit premature to like be making those kind of bold conclusions, but this could be more significant than we think. So let's just wait for the next few days, because we're gonna have a weekly close and a monthly close. But watch this, guys, watch this. Abhinav says 3,250 target. So yeah, my first target was around 2,555-ish. We clearly hit that. My next target is going to be around 3,000, but my eventual target is 3,500. Again, I'm just rounding up. I don't have like exact targets. I mean, I do, but I don't use them. Oh, I see what you mean. So you want to download it, chop it up, and yeah, if you can do that, send me a sample of what it looks like, man. I'd be interested in seeing how that goes. So if you could edit the live streams in a way that you like create a 30-minute video of like important thingies, that add value to the community too, right? Vik Chowdhury, thoughts on EasyBC, thoughts on that? Yeah, it's on a freaking 15-minute downtrend while also having a downtrend on the higher time frames. This is so aggressive. This is gonna keep selling off until this turns, man. So Garima says something really important in the live chat, guys. He says the thing you mentioned in the start of the stream about being well rested before you trade is so true. I've been so disturbed with the COVID situation around me this past week, and I've made such bad trades. And that, guys, is that's some like wisdom over there that you got to go through yourself personally before you believe it, right? Because okay. So the other day, somebody sent me a tweet where somebody talked about how he's been staying up late hours and blah 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 and making so much money, and I was like instantly calling bullshit on that. Alright, and when somebody says you don't sleep in bull markets, I call bullshit. It's complete crap. You're not a real trader at that point. You're just trading out of pure luck. You need good sleep. You need to be well rested. You cannot make good decisions unless you're on like drugs and shit like that, right? If you're like on drugs, then it doesn't really matter. I guess you can focus and etc. But I'm not on drugs, so I need to sleep well. And I know that I've made brutal mistakes when I'm not focused on the markets. When I have like external situations affecting me, whether it be sleep, whether it be like arguments with my family, my friends, with like, let's say Kush and I get into an argument, which rarely happens, but when we do, like, because our relationship is so strong, right, and we are always in sync and always not fighting, when we are fighting, that is a red flag in terms of my mindset, right? If things are not in harmony, that in a way that I'm used to things being in harmony, I cannot trade in harmony. So I have a hard rule. I have a flat out hard rule. I'm pretty sure I've told you guys this before, that if Kush and I get into an argument, I get out of all my trades. Can you believe that? Like, it might sound so ridiculous, right? But if we get into like an argument and we're fighting, I do not trade, right? Either I don't trade anymore, or I get out of my trades. One of the two, depending on how my trades are doing. If my trades are just beginning, right, and I'm not in the green yet, and they're not deep in the green, I'll just get out of them, because I'll be like, what if this argument continues while I need to manage my trade? Right? And that has happened in the past, right? That has happened in the past. I'm like, shit, I didn't manage my trade. Now I've taken a deeper loss than I had to. So that argument was anyway so useless, because, you know, you guys have been through it. You have arguments with your friends that are completely useless, or your loved ones. And then you lose money because of that. That's so stupid, man. You don't want that. Oh shit, is it gonna do it here? It's gonna push up. Nah, wait for the candle. Yeah, it's coming down. Easy BDC, man. Let's do it. You keep asking. Easy. Ooh. What is this coin that's bouncing while everything else is dumping? Ah, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. There was hope on the 15-minute. Not so much on the daily. This is ugly, man. I would only be a buyer here. Only here. If even. Why would you want to trade this? While the rest of the market was doing well, this was doing this against Bitcoin. It's no. A lot of volume on this dump too, man. Look at that. So he says, my scared friend called me and asked if I was worried about BTC. I said, of course I'm worried. I sleep like a baby. He said, really? I said, yup. I sleep a couple of hours, wake up and cry for a while. Oh my god, I gotta... that was good. That was really good, man. That was awesome. XLM down? Everything's down, man. Hey Sean, ever heard of Elongate? What is your... Isn't that Elon Musk's meme coin or something? He just said it as a meme? Or he just said it as a joke and it turned into a freaking coin? I mean, I don't... How can anyone have thoughts on that? No thoughts to be had. That's crypto for you, man. It makes no sense, but it'll pump anyways. Everything will pump in a bull market. And then you're going to feel stupid about holding it through the bear market. That's how it works. That's the price you pay to get ritualized to being a real trader, the crypto trader. Crypto is going to make you do the stupidest shit. All right, Nantha, let's look at Uni BTC. Not bad. Not bad at all. Holy shit, what the hell? This thing hasn't budged. What's going on with this, Nantha? Why are you holding this up? Nantha's pumping Uni BTC, man. It's a good find, Nantha. I'm gonna mark this out. I'm gonna put this in the top of my list. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, you don't want to be any part of that, Vivek. You don't want to be part of that. You gotta be careful because that thing looks like it wants to keep dumping. I mean, it may reverse at any moment, but you don't know when it's going to do that. It's gambling at that point. Fundamentals mean jack shit in crypto. You need to understand that. The only fundamentals that matter, and I could be biased while saying this, is Bitcoin. Oh, I like the song. What's going on here, Nantha? It did dip, but it got picked up hard. Is there some kind of update coming on Uniswap that everyone's excited for? That's usually the case. It's consolidating pretty bullishly, if that's even a word. This is a good chart, Nantha. Good find, buddy. I'm proud of you. This is why when a seedling asks for a chart, I look at it. Because he's gone through the content to identify good charts. Good find, buddy. I hope this wasn't a fluke, though. So your next charts that you mentioned better be well picked, man. I'm gonna know that this was a fluke. Oh, Uni 3. Oh, so there is another version coming out. See, this is what I mean by the charts will tell you the news. Right? I'm pointing. Wait, this is Rune. This is not Uni. Right? There we go. So Uni. So they're reducing gas fees. Is it still on Ethereum though? Yeah, Insanium. The coins that are holding up well for me, I think that's telling you information. Look at that, right? I was able to tell. This is a good example. I was like, okay, wait a minute, something's going on over here. This is consolidating pretty well, but then again, a lot of coins are consolidating well against resistance. But this thing did not dump. This thing did not dump through its major levels. That's telling me something. So you can derive information from strength. I wonder, hey, is there something coming up with Uni that people are excited about? Because that's all you care about, what the market thinks about the asset. I lost like 20% of my USD portfolio value, but gained like 5% of my Bitcoin value holding Uni. If that happened to me, I would be so ecstatic. I mean, not ecstatic. 5% isn't that much to be ecstatic about, but still, I'd be happy. Who cares about USD, man? It's a shitcoin. But again, this is not financial advice. You guys need USD to pay for rent, etc., etc. I don't need to pay for rent. I have multiple homes now, so this is what I mean by I'm in a different financial situation. So I don't give financial advice. Right? You guys shouldn't follow me on what I'm doing with my finances. I have options. CHZ is down 20%. Holy shit. Look at that. Toonie, are you from Canada? Really? Alright guys, we'll be wrapping up the stream soon. We're all 3-hour mark. Jesus Christ. So people are talking about the gap getting filled, right? Somewhere around 49k. Well, there you go. Your gap got freaking filled and got blown through. That's what usually happens. Now there's a gap over here. So now again, people are going to try to play for this and try to short this, and it's going to get blown through. People probably tried to buy this gap. Wait, over here, right? Probably. I don't know. That wasn't even a gap. I wouldn't call that a gap. I guess. I don't know, man. This gap here went right through it. No point. You don't need to trade that. Toronto, eh? Yeah, I thought so. Hold up. Sean is Mango Golds.
Daj nevoie de dragoste.
It's gonna be the perfect song to wrap up today. Good night, buddy. Must be late over there in Toronto. Dude, did you know it was snowing in Montreal? It was freaking snowing in Montreal. Can you believe it? It's freaking April and it's snowing in Montreal. I'm so glad I left. I used to visit Montreal every summer, man. I'd have been so depressed. Good night, man. I'll be wrapping up now too. Been a freaking 3-hour stream. Let's put things into perspective for everybody while we wrap up. Ciao, man. Sleep well. And it's I'll be looking at my streams. I'll look at my PMs after, man. I'm really tired right now. I want to get away from the screens. But yeah, I read your comment on where can you send the thingy. You can just use Discord or Google Drive, right? Post it up on Google Drive and you can download it there. Tomorrow should be like 6 a.m. Yeah, it's pretty late there. Up late, eh? You like the cold? Okay. You can just tell by my... You can just tell by looking at me that I'm the kind of guy that likes the sun. I like the heat. Yeah, I'm heading out too, Kyle. So, thank you so much for joining the stream, man. It was really fun today. I was actually not supposed to do a stream at all today. Today was supposed to be my day off, but because the market's dumped, I decided to chill with you guys for 3 freaking hours on live stream with the lights in my freaking face. It was fun though. I had a good time today with you guys. Chilling out with the people who are actually here to learn as opposed to just looking for calls, right? So thank you to all of you. Thank you, Mark, for joining in on the stream. Really enjoyed you. Enjoyed your company. Ennis, thank you so much, man, for showing up today. I know something is probably up because you just got out of the hospital. I hope you're all right. But thank you for popping in. Lunemia, as usual, so freaking happy to have you here. Lunemia, Obina, Old Man, have been killing it with the freaking moderation. Really appreciate you guys. I would not have been able to do this without you guys, like legit. If I did not have you guys here, I'm not sure I would be showing up every single day. Because you guys are here with me every day, I'm here with you guys every single day. So know that. If you guys stop showing, I'm going to just stop showing. So if the rest of the community wants me to show up, you guys are going to need to show up too. Pressure on you too. Kate says, okay, never mind. Seeing you for the first time, so. Francis, yeah, I've been seeing you too, yo, Francis. Thank you so much. Who else is in here? Danny Harumia. Okay, anyways, I don't want to forget any names, but you guys know Victor Zavedi as well. Vivek Chaudhary, I've seen you in here before. Insinium, how could I forget Insinium? Kyle and Insinium, right? Especially Kyle, Mango Seedling. Love you, man. Hatham, I'm not sure if you're still here. Yeah, Insinium is here every single day, and he's here one of the first ones to be here too. So big props to him, big shout out. Richard Cardano, I'm not sure if you're still here, but I'm guessing you're still here. Neer is in here too every single day. So I really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate all of you. I will most likely not be doing a stream Saturday and Sunday. I do need a break. Oh, here's the song. Here it is, guys. The perfect song to wrap up with. Let's go ahead and blast it. This used to be my alarm, this song, during my entire university career. Love the song.
Blinking, step into the sun. There's more to see that can never be seen. More to do that can never be done.
There is far too much to take in here, more to find that can never be found. But the sun rolling high through the
Alright guys, it was a pleasure hanging out with you guys today. I will see you on Monday. Until then, make sure to do the mango way. Make sure to do the stress-free way. The markets are down, but hey, they've been down before and they've pumped right back up before as well. Regardless of what the markets do, the mango way has a strategy to deal with the markets as long as we risk management and do it right. Do the stress-free way. Do it the breezy way, the easy way. I will see you guys in the next one on Monday. Ciao.
anything about, right?
Right.
Wrong! When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
Well, that's not what I was told.